All right, guys, so here you go. This is something that's very, very, third time, very special. It's a Helderburg, but what it is it's a Land Rover Defender SVX 60th anniversary. So this is a complete build by Helderburg. It's a complete rotisserie build, but let me tell you what I mean by 60th anniversary SVX edition. This vehicle is so rare that they only built 300 of them for the world. And you know, Land Rover, anytime they go to do something, at least the old Land Rover, the Land Rover before Tata Motors, they rarely did anything that was a special edition or a limited production. And when they did, you would expect it to be very special. And this is definitely special. So again, this is one of one in the United States. I don't think this will ever be created again, and because it just simply can't be. And I'll tell you why in a minute here. But it's one of one in the United States and one of 300 in the world. So just let that sink in. And when you start looking around this very special SVX 60th anniversary Helderburg edition, you'll understand why it won't be reproduced again. You will not find this on the internet. You will not find this at another builder, and nor can you take pictures of it and screen grabs and take it to a builder and say, hey, can you build this for me? Because I know that happens a lot of times. I get builders calling me going, hey, Paul, where'd you get that grill? Where'd you get that bumper? Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? And I'm like, oh, stop. So if you want a Helderburg, just buy a Helderburg and quit trying to make one, all right? That's my point right there. But this one, let's just start with the color first, and then we'll get into the SVX. The color is a one of one. This is not a Land Rover color. This is not a Porsche color. This is not any other color. This is a custom color. So don't send me a message asking me for the color code, because I am not going to give it to you because I don't have it. It's as simple as that. If I had it to you, I might give it to you, but I don't have it. So we took time, we mixed paint, we sprayed paint, and we said, that's the color. So Land Rover, when they did the SVX, they didn't offer this color. And again, one of 300 in the world, one of one in the United States. So I just felt like this color was a timeless color. And again, it's not a Land Rover color. It's not Keswick. It's not Grassmere. It's nothing like that. This is a non-metallic color, but it has a little bit of pearl in it, just a little bit. So the color is absolutely stunning in person. It's hard to capture on video and in pictures, but when you see it in person, it's beautiful. This is a turbo diesel. It's fuel injected. It has a larger turbo. It has a larger intercooler, and this thing will scoot. So this is not considered an adventure vehicle like, oh, let's go adventure in the woods. So you'll notice that there is no checker plate on the tops of the fenders. There's no checker plate down the side. This is the SVX. SVX is their special operations type, get up, go fast, handle the roads. You'll notice the suspension's just a little bit lower. It has special one-off wheels. These wheels were built for the SVX. It has this very special roll bar system that was made specifically for the SVX. So you can't order this roll bar system from anyone. No one makes it. Land Rover made it specifically, handmade it specifically for the SVX edition. And it's very beefy. These bars are huge. They're very thick. And then the bars go in the top. And then you'll notice on the rear of this Helderburg, it does not have a spare tire carrier. And that's because this roll cage is custom made for this build, and the spare tire is behind the passenger and driver's seat. So the roll cage has a special bracket system to hold the spare tire. This is get your boogie on, go fast, drive like a maniac hooligan, and have fun with it. And you'll even see that in the seats when we get inside. So again, color's very special, a bigger turbo, bigger intercooler, suspension is custom, the bumper is custom, the headlight surrounds, the grille, this is all SVX equipment. So let me tell you how we got an SVX and how it actually happened and transpired, because you will never get an SVX in the United States because, again, this was the 60th anniversary. So they built this built the SVX in 2007. To be able to get it in the United States, it has to be 25 years old. So add 25 years to 2007, and that's when you could bring one into the country. So what we did is we took a a correct, in other words, a vehicle, a D90 that we could actually import into the country legally, and we took all the SVX components and put them on, because we were very fortunate that a very wealthy guy came in and he had an SVX that he was on the waiting list to buy, and he just decided he didn't want an SVX anymore, that he wanted to take it to a hardtop. So we said, yeah, we can definitely do that. And we took all the parts off of his SVX, bought it from him, and then built this SVX. It even has the badging on it too. And one of the unique characteristics, I mean, there's several, is the soft top on this system. You'll notice how this soft top is unlike any other. And again, you can't get this, you can't have somebody build this, because the actual cage system for the soft top is very unique in the way it actually folds and compacts. But the design of the soft top, it looks very aerodynamic. The side windows look different. It's very, very unique. So what else can I tell you about the outside? Other than the wheels are special, SVX, the grille, the headlight surrounds, the roll bar system, and the color. All right, so again, I'm going to say it one more time. I know you're tired of hearing me say one of one, but one of 300 in the world, one of one in the US. Headlights are different. SVX headlights. You'll notice that these are projector beams. So this is LED lighting, projector beams with this special headlight surround here. These lights are blinding. But again, SVX, you could recreate, definitely, but you're going to be missing a lot of other parts on it too. So the bumper is even a different bumper. And the thickness of this metal is thick. You could definitely hit something and do some serious damage. So grille, headlights, projector beams, all different, all unique. This is definitely a statement vehicle. If you want a bunch of attention, this is the vehicle for you. So attention to detail, you hear me say that all the time when it comes to a Helderburg build, and I don't think I need to say it on this one. I think you can just see it, the attention to detail. So the interior has been completely redone. So these are considered the SVX, well they are, the SVX seats, but we trimmed everything. You'll notice the seats are a two-tone, and then I've had people go, well, what are the little holes in the seats? Is that air conditioning or heating? No, this is a design cue from the old, let's say Porsches. Porsche did this, or the designers of Porsche did this back years ago in the 60s and 70s. It was supposed to look a little more rugged and that type, but it's really cool. They serve no purpose, but you don't feel them when you sit on the seat either. But these seats, these Recaro racing seats, definitely hug you. And as you look at the videos and look at the pictures, you'll see just the level of detail that went into stitching these seats. It took hours. It took days. It actually took into the weeks to trim the interior in this Helderburg D90 SVX edition. I know you're probably looking at the Defenders behind me, but you're probably saying, wow, I can't take my eyes off the Recaro seats in the center console. So unique details in here. The center cubby itself actually has lights, has your courtesy lights built into it, and you can set them where you have them on all the time, or you can set it just when the door is open, or you can just turn them off completely. Then continuing to the design, even the sun visors are wrapped in leather, and we did the stitching, the contrast stitching, just like we did on the seats, just like we did on the dash, and just like we did on the doors. This one does have power windows. What can I tell you, other than it's really unique? I mean, this is a lot of eye candy in here. Even the gear shifter knob and the actual transfer case knobs are very special. The carpet is a German square weave carpet. It's 100% wool. And then we did the binding, the edges of the carpet in the black leather, and we used the contrasting orange stitch. Again, attention to detail. Dash is wrapped. It has air conditioning. It has a Kenwood audio system in it that sounds really good. Will hook up to your Apple device or your Droid device. And then the doors themselves are quite beautiful. Even the door handles themselves, we wrapped those in leather and did the contrasting stitching. But I won't say the most unique, but one of the unique things about the inside of this cabin is the roll cage system itself and how it actually works, and it holds the spare tire. But then there's a section that's here on the very back that you can fold so you can change the shape of your top itself. The top does come off on this one, and it comes off really easy. And then just the size of these bars, they are massive bars here. I mean, you will not see any other roll cage like this system. So again, go to the back, center facing benches, and we continue the same contrasting leather, the same design on the center facing bench seats, which doesn't have a back, but it has the leather pad. Again, this was a design that, I'll be honest with you, at first I hesitated and I said, you know what? I like to create a lot of different designs. I like to have a lot of different looking Defenders, everything from the 110 with the full roll cage that's lifted to a D90 that's a soft top that looks very classic in the way you would imagine a Defender, or a D90 that's been lifted, or one that we've actually lowered down for a crazy handling suspension. So this would be a beautiful daily driver, but really this Defender would probably be better going to a car show or a Cars and Coffee, because again, it's a one of one in the United States, one of 300 in the world. And as you would expect, if you were to look at the undercarriage of this, the paint on the underside of the body is as perfect as it is on the hood. Everything in this Defender is new. And what I mean by that, engine, transmission, transfer case, braking, suspension, shocks, differentials, wiring gauge, the gauges, or the wiring harness, the gauges, the switches, everything's new, but we did get the SVX exclusive parts and build this vehicle, so it's legal in the United States, but it's a one of one, I said it again, and beautiful. So now let's take a look at the back, the cargo area, and you'll even notice that not only did we do leather on the A-pillars, but we did leather in the back around the speakers. So instead of me saying attention to detail, this time I'm going to say perfection. And I think you will notice that when you're looking at pictures and you're trying to decide who you're going to have build your Defender, I think it's very important that you don't look on the phone, but you look on a big screen laptop or a big screen desktop computer, and you zoom in and you pinch and you zoom, and then that helps you decide who do you want to talk to. And then definitely, why not just go visit too? So the SVX, the things that I want you to notice, and I've mentioned it several times already in this video, is just the size of the bars. But then you'll even notice how we didn't cut any corners, that there's the additional bar system on the back here that's very unique to the soft top that you won't get anywhere else. And we even took the time to disassemble that bar system and paint it the same color as the body. I can tell you that there's no other builders going to the level of detail that we do. And you can see that just by looking at the pictures that's on our website. So you notice that the back tire is right here. This is the design of the SVX because you have this very special roll cage, and there's a big beefy bar right behind this rear tire that's holding this tire in place. This is a hooligan machine. That's what it is, and it's definitely cool and unique. But we didn't cheap out even on the stereo. We have Focal speakers in here. Focal is it's a high fidelity sound system, and the Focal is made in France, and the sound system sounds great. But again, I'll say it again, even in the back where the speakers are at, we took the time to wrap that in leather and just make it perfect. So now we're at the back end of it, and the first thing that you'll notice probably is there's no spare tire, but we've already talked about that. It's mounted to the roll cage inside this truck. But then at the very back, the top itself, this top is very unique. It has a very aerodynamic, the side windows are shaped differently, but it has like a slope, almost like a fastback look to it. So again, this top is very unique, very different. And if you were to park this next to, let's just say a Keswick green, which again, this is not Keswick green, this is a custom color, but beside another D90 soft top, this looks very modern versus one of the other ones look very classic. So this one's kind of treading the line of modern and classic, but sporty. I really love the openness of not having a spare tire on here. And there's been a few builds where I've talk the clients into not doing a spare tire, because quite honestly, it makes it much easier. If you're in a 110 or a 90 where the door opens up this way and it's got that spare tire, it's a lot of extra weight and you can feel it. But what I like about this one with this hatch, and we've done them too with this type of a rear tailgate, where the spare tire goes here, and then you got to unlatch it, move it open, and then pull the door down, which is just too many steps. And let's be honest, if you get a flat tire, are you going to change it? I highly doubt it. So on your build, I'd say consider doing the spare tire in the garage, leave it there. But as we move this open, and you'll notice again, and I talked about this, the rubber padding that's in here, SVX is what it is, but even the carpet in the back around the edges, you'll see that the carpet, German square weave, which is a wool carpet, we even bound the edges in leather, the black leather, and did the contrast stitching. And then, of course, we have the Defender badge here that's an SVX badge. And this is, again, the Anniversary truck in a very unique color, special headlights. It's very unique. So I've said that enough. So just take some time, watch the video, rewatch the video, watch the video a third time. Another Helderburg exclusive, one of one, in more than one way.